everyone. Namaste. Nice to have you in studio and online. Today's yin practice, 2 blocks, and we're doing something a little different today. We're going to take a journey through the chakras. A yin pose for each chakra center. So should be fun. Yeah, good. So we're going to begin in our usual funny way. We're going to come to standing. Okay, and let's take a minute to arrive. Take a deep breath. Let it go through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, out through the mouth. And 1 more time. And maybe just close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And sense into your own body in this moment. If you're feeling a little rushed, getting to the mat. Noticing your heartbeat. Feeling that air enter through your nostrils. Noticing where the breath is landing in the body. And as we go through class today, we will notice how the breath deepens as we sink into the postures. Feeling our weight on our feet. Notice where you're holding your balance in your feet. Is it forward, back? Maybe on one side a little heavier. Just notice and then lift those toes and see if you can plant them back in the mat one at a time or as best you can. Yeah, and then again observing how that shifts, how we're holding our body in space. Nice. And now blinking those eyes open and begin a light bounce on the heels. Okay, shaking that tree and allowing the body to feel loose. Okay, so it's a gentle bounce on the heels, but we're allowing the limbs to be soft and floppy and everything just kind of loose. Relieving stress and really recentering before we sink into a posture. Just allowing the body to let go of whatever happened so far today, whatever we have on our agenda for the day. Shaking it out, accepting that we look silly, it's all good. Continue to breathe, not holding that breath. Another few seconds here. And then coming to stillness. Close eyes or take a soft gaze. Once again, notice your body. Feel that energy buzz around your hands, your fingertips, your arms. Notice how your energy is lifted. Heart rate picked up. We'll allow that to regulate again before we come down. But just enjoy, bathe in that energy sensation around your body. How quickly we can affect our energy. And letting it all settle, blinking eyes open. We're going to make our way down for our first yin posture for the root chakra, Muladhara, and it is a squat. I like to use blocks to assist a squat in yin because it's an intense posture. So maybe using 1 or 2 blocks, using your fingertips for support, making your way down, and then finding your seat on your blocks, and then adjusting your feet as needed. If you don't want to use the blocks, you do you, right? It's all good. And I'm just going to start our timer and talk you through a little bit. So in the root chakra, Muladhara, the seat of the root chakra is the base of our spine, our tailbone, but also our legs and feet. So I'd like you to try and really connect with those legs and feet today, all right? Not just the tailbone, which we feel very obviously, but also legs and feet. And you can bring your elbows to the insides of your knees and press with your elbows to open your knees out, and at the same time also pressing hands together. Long spine, try not to collapse forward. If we're collapsing forward, then likely we need some support with blocks. And the color of the root chakra, Muladhara, is red. So chakras are described as wheels of energy. So bring your focus to your tailbone and see this red sphere of energy circulating around the base of your spine. An energy moving through your legs and your feet. Our root chakra is associated with our security, stability. It's really essentially our root, right? Our root in this earth. So imagine that red color. And the sound, each chakra has its own sound. So the sound for the root chakra is lam, L-A-M, lam. So you can imagine that sound in your head as you breathe, just repeating it to yourself. Root chakra, our right to be here, our right to have, our sense of security, stability on this earth. Feel your feet in the mat, on the floor. We're almost done, stay with it. Noticing where the breath is now landing in the body. See if you can intentionally bring that breath all the way down your spine to that base, to that tailbone. That red sphere of energy moving through the legs and the feet. Doing beautiful. Almost there. And now take a nice full inhale and draw that inhale deep into the low belly. Exhale. Release the hands. And then you can either come off the blocks coming forward or shift to one side and move the blocks out from under your body and coming down to the mat. Let's just extend our legs long for a minute. Allow the energy to move through. Notice any sensations you're feeling after that squat. And now we're going to move into our second posture for the sacral chakra. An option to use your blocks either under your knees or for your head. Coming into butterfly. Feet are together. Legs can be as far, or feet as far away from your groin or as close as you'd like. And then option to put the blocks under your knees so we're not feeling like we're muscling with our legs. Or as we fold forward, you can use the blocks for your forehead, okay? So we're here in butterfly. Sacral Chakra, Svadhisthana is the name, and the color is orange. And the seat or location of the Sacral Chakra is just below the belly button. So imagine this orange sphere of energy building, glowing just under the navel. And the sacral chakra is connected with our emotional well-being, our creativity, our sexuality, our passions in life. So drawing in breath into that low center of the belly. And if you'd like to allow the head to fall forward, absolutely. Hanging out in yin is what we do, allowing gravity to do the work for us.
And the sound for the sacral chakra is VAM, V-A-M. So as you breathe, you can use that sound mantra on your inhale or your exhale or both. Orange wheel of energy spinning below the navel, bringing breath to nourish it, to nourish our well-being, our emotional well-being, to nourish our creative sides, our playful sides, that part of us that wants to feel silly, playful, and have that passionate side of our life be balanced and strong. And of course, all the chakras are connected from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown. And we're just about done here. And on your next inhale, fill that low belly. Feel it push out a little with air as you inhale. And then exhale using your hands to slowly walk your torso, your head, very slowly back up over your pelvis so that you come head over heart, heart over pelvis. And maybe again extending the legs, closing eyes and noticing any shifts of energy. Okay, and then we're going to come into our next posture, which is a seated twist for the solar plexus. Okay, so bending your right knee into your body. I'm going to mirror you here in class today. Right knee into body. Lift up long and tall through the spine. Feel the crown reaching up. Inhale the left arm up and then over that right knee. So you can use your elbow to hook and then bringing the right hand behind you for support, or you can draw your arm around your knee. Sometimes that feels more supportive. And continuing lengthening up through the spine. Sits bones are nicely rooted and feeling balanced. So we're not bringing all our weight into one sits bone or the other. And our solar plexus, the color associated with the solar plexus is yellow, and the name is Manipura in Sanskrit. And the color, as I mentioned, is yellow, and it circulates all through the upper abdomen. And this area is often associated with our sense of self-esteem, our confidence, our willpower, determination. It's very connected with taking action, having purpose. Our digestive organs are also considered to be in this chakra of the solar plexus. So this twist is activating all those digestive organs. And the sound is RAM, R-A-M. Continuing to lengthen up through the crown and then twisting from the rib cage, allowing the twist to really come from that upper rib cage, not just the neck or the low back. Nice upper rib cage sensation here, opening up through the rib cage muscles, the intercostal muscles. Breathing into that rib cage, feeling the breath fill up that right side. And then can you notice the breath in the left side as well? Close eyes and really connect to that color yellow now. In and around the rib cage. Spilling out, growing with every inhale, being nourished. Your power, your confidence, your ability to take action and pursue your purpose. Almost done on this side. And drawing in a very full inhale. Feel those ribs on both sides inflate. Exhale, release that left arm first, really slowly bringing both hands down by your side, straightening. That word was escaping me. We're moving up to the throat chakra soon, so that will help. Right leg long, and again, just sort of tapping into any energy movement through the torso, the legs, allowing that to settle in and for the energy to go where it needs to go. And now bending the left knee, left foot plants on the floor. Again, noticing the weight in your sits bones, trying to center that as much as possible. Inhale, lifting right arm up and over, hooking your right arm around your left knee or taking a hold of your knee. Bringing the left hand behind you for support, just tenting your body, sort of like a tent behind your body, holding you for support. But continue to lengthen up through the crown and then twisting through the rib cage. Once again, using that mantra, that sound mantra of Ram, and sensing this yellow, bright yellow sphere of energy spinning in and around your upper belly, your digestive organs, your rib cage, the muscles of your rib cage, even your bones, Manipura. And while you're in this twist, just notice if you're holding tension. As we hold these yin postures, very often our body wants to do extra work when it doesn't need to, right? It's our tendency as humans, we're so used to doing that it's challenging to just sit in the being. So soften that right hand, the fingertips of the right hand. Soften down through the left shoulder. And even soften that extended right leg. Notice if it's gripping. And stay with your breath. Smooth, steady breaths. Inhale, building that yellow glow that's circulating through your rib cage, through your torso, and it grows and spills out into other areas of your body. Final cycle of breath here, and then on your next inhale, once again, filling up that rib cage left to right with breath. Notice how it expands on the sides, and exhale, softly releasing that right arm away from the leg, extending that left leg. Maybe closing eyes and just notice how you're feeling. These sweet spots between the yin postures, I feel like they're very important, not to rush from one asana to the next, just to kind of sit in the after effects. And our next posture will be on our knees. So if you want to roll your mat a couple of times to provide some padding for your knees, go ahead and do that, or you could throw a towel under your knees or a blanket. It's nice to have just a little padding. And then bringing your blocks just outside your calves on each side. We're taking a camel, yin style camel. And camel is a very energizing pose. So we're not going to take the full version of camel, which typically is bending all the way back and extending the neck. We're not going to do that. We're just going to hold it to open the heart. So also tuck your toes for some more stability. And then the blocks are right at the ready here for you, right? For your fingertips. Okay, so coming to first just neutral position, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Feeling your body and spaciousness here, noticing your heart center. And then begin to open your chest and reach back for those blocks, extending the hips forward and also extending that heart space. So heart space is shining towards the wall in front of you. And we'll keep a neutral neck here, okay? We're not going to come back. Just hold your neck in a soft position. And our heart center, the color is green. The name is Anahata. And it is centered all through our heart, the heart area, the full heart area. The sound is yam, not quite yum, but yam, Y-A-M. And as we can probably guess, the connection of the heart center is love. Love for ourselves, love for others, relationships. So imagining this beautiful green orb building brighter, stronger in your heart center. And connecting with all those other energy centers below that we've touched on, from the roots chakra, that red, the orange in our sacral chakra, yellow in our solar plexus, and now the green. These colors follow the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Long crown. See if you can open that heart just a touch more. Just a touch more. Filling with breath. This one will elevate our heart rate slightly. It's a more yang style of a yin pose. And then taking a nice inhale, filling heart center with breath into low belly, and exhale, lift up off the blocks, and just come to a low kneel or a high kneel. Close eyes, one hand on heart, one on low belly. Heart rate a little faster. We allow it to slow down once again. Giving our bodies a chance to just reconnect here. And now we get ready for the next posture. So we're coming down for Sphinx pose. You can unroll your mat again if it was rolled. Bring it all the way long. Coming onto our knees and hands and tabletop, and then lowering down onto our forearms for Sphinx. And then all the way down onto our legs. Your elbows are under your shoulders or slightly ahead of your shoulders. Tops of the feet are on the floor. We're opening up now through the throat chakra, Visshudha. The color is blue. And we're going to do something weird here, guys. And some of you have already done it in class, so you may not find it too weird, but it's a little weird if it's new. So it's lion's breath. So we take an inhale, and on the exhale, we make it big and stick our tongue out. This activates our throat chakra. So take an inhale, we'll do 3. Tongue comes down as far as you can. Inhale again. One more time. Beautiful. And just stay with the posture now. Just stay in Sphinx pose. Bring your mind's eye to the front of your throat. Your throat chakra is connected with our communication and our clarity of communication and our conviction in our communication. The sound is hum, H-A-M. And it's our throat, but also our jaw, our tongue, and our ears. So you can connect with this, again, blue, like a light blue, sky blue sphere of energy as you lift your crown up towards that point where the wall and ceiling meet each other. Tuck your tailbone just slightly and feel that blue center of energy around your throat, your jaw, your ears, your tongue, helping us to speak more clearly and also speak our truth. Speak our truth in ways that are compassionate and helpful. We're almost done here. Hum. The sound hum as you're breathing. And now final inhale. Feel that, as you breathe in, really feel that breath traveling down your throat. Nice Ujjayi breath coming down the back of your throat into your low belly. And then exhale, come down to the backs of your hands and take a break. Apart from the chakra work, we are also in that pose really strengthening our spine in that extension. It's such important work. We now allow all of that yin work to subside here. Once again, allowing that chi prana to dissipate and move into areas that it needs to go to. And now lifting up and coming to prepare for child's pose. Option to tuck your toes for child's, to open up the bottoms of our feet where a lot of meridian lines run, energy meridians. If it's uncomfortable, then just have the tops of your feet on the mat. Again, option to bring block between your seat and your heels to provide more space for your knees. It doesn't feel as crunchy in the knees when we lift up off our heels. And then I'd like you to have a block for your forehead if your head is not reaching the mat. If your head reaches the mat, that's fine. But if you need a little lift, please use a block on its highest height, mid height, low height, whatever supports you.
And then settling down and allowing our arms to be soft at our sides. So we're in a closed knee child's pose here. Shoulders are rolling down towards the mat. Palms of the hands are facing up. And we are focusing on our third eye chakra, Ajna. The color is indigo and the sound is Om, O-M. So while our head is on the mat here, we're going to begin gently massaging that third eye point. So, and then we'll hold, but just beginning to rotate the head a little left and right, and massaging that area of the forehead where the third eye resides, roughly between the brows. And that is the seat of the third eye chakra. Our forehead, our brow line, and the pineal gland in our brain. And you can think the sound Om, and the color is indigo. So it's like that darker blue color, indigo. And when you're happy with massaging, you can just come to stillness and allow the forehead to melt into the mat. Really allowing that center to be heavy on your mat. Imagining that deep blue color circulating around your forehead. Supporting our imagination, our intuition, our wisdom, our innate wisdom. Holding with that posture. I'm coming up from time to time so I can speak to you, not to the mat. And in your mind you can chant Om. We're mostly familiar with that one in yoga, right? Om. Building on our full chakra system here, seeing that dark blue disc of energy freely moving and strengthening our imaginative side, our intuitive side, trusting our intuition and innate wisdom. We're almost done. If you have those toes tucked and they're really speaking to you, we are almost done. You'll feel very happy to release those feet. Stay with another few breaths here. Softening around the jawline, softening around the brow line, allowing forehead to be so heavy. Shoulders releasing. And on your next inhale, feel that breath traveling down your throat into your rib cage, your low belly, lower back spreads with that oxygen. And exhale. Lift your hands up to frame your face, palms on the mat. Begin to push your head up. Lift up off that block, and hallelujah, we release those toes. And just tap the toes for a moment. You don't need to tap them rigorously, just give them a little self-massage here. And then you can sit back on your heels and notice that movement of energy in your body. And our next pose is for our crown chakra. So there's a lot of headstand poses,
connected in yoga for the crown chakra. We're not doing headstands. Yin and headstands don't go together, but we are going to do rabbit pose. So use your block for the connection of your crown on the floor, on the earth. And rabbit pose, I'll demo it for you. You lift up as if you're coming into child's pose, and you take your heels with your fingers. And then you begin to flex your spine towards the sky. And in traditional yoga, our head is on the mat, and the crown is right on the floor as we slightly pull our heels. So if your head reaches the floor and you feel very comfortable here, go ahead. Otherwise, use a block or two to bring the floor up to you. And then we can make the pose a little softer for our bodies, okay? We're also constricting through the throat chakra here. You'll notice your throat feels constricted. So it's a lot of work in this pose. We're not gonna hold it too long because it is a stronger yang pose. But see if you can soften it wherever possible. And the crown chakra is called Sahasrara. Say that 3 times fast. Sahasrara, I love that. And it's our consciousness, our spiritual connection. And there's no sound associated with this chakra, it's silence. So I'm going to stay silent through the remainder of our posture, other than to tell you the color is violet. And we are connecting with the top of our head and our nervous system here. So we stay in silence, connecting that crown to the earth. And drawing in your final inhale here. Imagine it coming through the crown of your head all the way down your spine to your tailbone. And exhale, release your seat, lift your head, shift off onto your seat. Close eyes, cross-legged, or with extended legs, and just notice how you're feeling. Take a few breaths here in this seated position, still connecting with that crown chakra. Imagine that violet sphere of light beaming through the crown of your head. And we blink our eyes open and we make our way down to our backs. We are done our chakra poses, but I'm going to finish us off with some somatic movement to help us really ease into Savasana now, okay? So all the tough work is done. Coming down to our backs and noticing our spine as it connects with the mat. Noticing all areas of the body that are meeting the floor, meeting the earth. And feel those areas rooting in just a little bit more.
Notice how supported you feel on the earth. And now bending the left knee and right knee, feet plant on the mat. Inhaling, arching the back away from the floor. Arching, arching. Exhale, rolling spine down to the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale, arching back. And exhaling down. And again, inhale, feel the pelvis rock forward, back arches. Exhale, roll that back all the way, pressing it into the floor. And now interlace your fingers and place your hands right behind your head, as if, you know, you're in that position to do a crunch, an abdominal crunch, but we're not doing that. Inhale, once again, arch spine, and also arch your neck as your head rolls on your hands and your eyes look at the wall behind you. Exhale, rolling head through, rolling low back, pressing low back into the mat. Inhale, arching back, arching neck, looking behind you, feeling that slight traction in your low spine as you move on the mat. Inhale, rocking pelvis, arching neck, hearing your head move on your hands, and exhale. And we do that one more time. Inhale, arching back, arching neck, and looking back and rolling through. And now bring your hands down alongside your body in a T shape, T formation. Extend the left leg long once again, right knee is bent, and right knee stays bent, foot planted on the mat. Inhale, rolling that right knee over the left, coming onto the inner arch of the right foot, twisting over. Exhale, coming back. Doing that again. Inhale, rolling onto the inner edge of that right foot, right knee comes over the left. Feeling a slight stretch in the arm, and exhale, rolling back. And this time we bring the head with us. Inhale, rolling onto that inner foot, arching back, and allow the head to look out over the right hand. Exhale, rolling back. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, arching back, and feeling that arm reach, head look out over the hand, a nice stretch all the way down through the arm and the low back, exhaling to the mat. Last time on this side. Inhale, knee across, twisting, arching back, looking out over the right hand, and coming back through center. Just pausing here for a moment, noticing how that feels in your body. It usually feels nice. These series of movements help really unstick certain areas. Bending the left knee now and extending that right leg long. Arms stay in the same position. And we move first just the knee. Inhale, beginning to roll onto the inner edge of the left foot. Knee crosses over the body. Exhale, back through center. Again, inhale. Back arches, we get a slight twist, and exhale back through center. And again, now this time we'll bring our head with us, crossing the body with the knee, and now looking your head over to the left, over those left fingertips. And exhale back through center. Inhale. Rolling onto the inner edge of that left foot, arching back, feeling a twist, feeling some stretch in the arm. Head looks out over the hand. Back through center. Inhale, knee over the body, hearing the head move as you look out over that left hand, back through center. One more time. Inhale, knee over the body, arch back, look out over that hand, and come back through center. Knee still bent, just notice. And now extend that left leg long. And we have both legs long. And you can bring your hands down alongside your body and then up to your hip points. So placing your right hand on your right hip, that bony protrusion on your front, and your left on your left hip. And now we begin to make some movements with the leg. So first flexing the right foot and pushing the right heel to the wall away from you, and feeling that right hip bone slide down and the left hip bone lifts up. And exhale, come back through center. Once again, inhale, flex right foot, pushing that right heel to that wall away from you. Pushing, feeling that change in your pelvis. Back through center. And then we take it to the other side. We flex the left foot and push that left heel down away from your body and back through center on the exhale. And again, inhale, flex foot, pushing that heel down away from you, feeling the hip bone move, and exhale. And now we bring our arms over our head, so our fingertips are pointing to the wall behind us. So we're in a long line, fingertips away from the toes. And we begin that same movement on the right, but we now stretch with the arm as well. So inhale, flex, foot, push heel, and now push fingertips away. So you're reaching for opposite ends of the room. Reach, reach, feel a beautiful stretch, opening up the rib cage, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, flexing the left foot, pushing that left heel away from you, reaching those fingertips, feeling that open up the side, and exhale. Again, right foot, flexing the foot, pushing heel, reaching fingers, and back through center on the exhale. Left foot, flexing, reaching heel, reaching fingers, and soften. One more time on each side. Flex right foot, push the heel, reach fingers, breathe into that space, and exhale. Last time. Flexing foot, reaching heel, reaching fingertips, and exhale. Beautiful. We did a little extra somatic work today. Now bringing your hands back down by your side. In a traditional Savasana configuration, widen your legs, take up space on your mat. It's okay to take up space on your mat in this world. And palms are facing up, fingertips are softly curling in. And once again, noticing your spine on the mat after that somatic work. Just seeing if perhaps it feels a little more grounded, more balanced, more rooted. And we'll move into Shavasana now, and I'll play some music. And as I do, you can once again imagine those spheres of energy, those color wheels, the base of the spine, red, beneath the navel, orange, around the rib cage, yellow, green around your heart center, blue around your throat and jaw, indigo around your third eye, and violet at your crown chakra, And imagine all those wheels spinning freely, beautifully, strongly, just filling your body with energy, light, and love. Quiet mind, quiet body, Savasana.
Slowly and softly bringing your awareness back to your own sacred space. Not moving just yet, rather observing how you're feeling. And really appreciating the energy flow through your body. Groundedness that you're feeling, the spaciousness, giving yourself gratitude, a moment of thanks for making this time for yourself today. Knowing it's always available for you. And then beginning to slowly move the head a little left and right, opening, closing the hands, moving around the feet, starting to mobilize the body, deepening the breath as you go. And maybe if you like, you can reach the arms overhead and interlace the fingers, turn them inside out, reach them long, and stretch the feet away. Take a really nice full body stretch. Enjoying that stretch, and exhale. Then softly roll off onto your left side, your yin side of your body. Resting your bicep or your head on your bicep, and the right hand just kind of resting in front of your chest, your face. And when you're ready, slowly pushing up into a soft, seated position, cross-legged or legs extended long, to close out our practice today. Maybe keeping a soft gaze or closed eyes, bringing hands together in front of your heart and nuzzling your thumbs in against your sternum, feeling your heart beneath, beating. Let's take one deep inhale and exhale together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring a smile to your face. I wish you a very beautiful day ahead. Many blessings. Namaste. I hope you're feeling good after practice. Any questions?